I just realized this woman is a healer, even though she herself is probably the one that's causing all these fatalities with her kawaii nurse idol looking self, man. What the hell? Alright, wagwan people, what's going on? And wait. Barbara, what is this? Nah. This ain't right. Let's fix this. There we go. This is more like it. Go on. Come on. Look at that. That is what we like to see. If you couldn't tell from the past like 10 seconds in the title and the thumbnail and all of that, we are going over a Barbara build for you guys today. And shout out to the guy that commented on my TikTok videos asking for this Barbara build. This one's for you, Mr. Valo Murphy. I think I said that right. I don't know. My bad if I didn't. But yeah, shout out to you. This is for you. Yeah, it gave me a reason to properly try build Barbara and give her what she deserves. That being a decent build. And actually, while I'm at it, let me know down in the comments, have you guys got this new outfit yet? Because I just realized this is the first outfit that we get. It's on Barbara. And it does look good, you know. Not bad at all. I'm a fan. Let me know in the comments, have you man got this yet or not? Because if you haven't, I'm telling you, get it. Especially if you use Barbara, get it. It refreshes the character so much. But I used to use Barbara for quite a while. Before I got Jean, she was my main healer. And she does the job perfectly, as you'll see throughout this video, because I've never tried Barbara as a DPS. I don't think she can be a DPS. So I'm pretty sure she's only a healing support. So yeah, that's the build we're going to be going over, and let's not waste any time. Let's get straight into the build. After the build, we'll show you some of her healing capabilities, and I even went ahead and tried some extreme measures just to see how good her healing is, and you'll see it later on in the video. So the build, here we go. She's only level 69 out of 70, 21,000 HP. I think I can get this higher. I just can't figure out what's holding me back. I think it's my weapons that I'm using is not the best. Actually, I know it's not the best, but we'll get into that later. So 21,000 attack HP. Well, 21,000 attack. 21,000 HP, which is basically what you want for Barbara, because her healing, if you didn't know, her healing scales off of her max HP. Attack doesn't really matter. Defense doesn't really matter. Elemental mastery is just there for the sake of being there. And we got some energy. We got some healing bonus, 38%. Decent energy recharge. The crit rate and crit damage doesn't matter. So, you know, those are there. And that's it. Like I said, focus on HP. So what I have right now is a sacrificial fragments, which gives elemental mastery, which is not the best at all. This is not what you want to be running on her. I just have it on her because that's pretty much the only thing that I can think of to be using. I could have maybe used the energy recharge, I guess, but what you would preferably want to use is the prototype amber, if I'm not mistaken. It's the one that you can get from the blacksmith if you use one of those the blueprint things, and it basically scales your HP, so you can get even more HP thanks that weapon, which is basically probably the best thing that you want to use, because like I keep saying, a healing capability scales off of her max HP. Another weapon, and this one is more so for people who are starting off early, because you do get Barbara for free. Everyone gets Barbara as soon as you hit, I think it's like a 20 or something. Once you get your Barbara and you know you're starting off, the best weapon for you hands down is this one, the Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers, simply because it does obviously scale HP, which is great for her, but also its passive allows it so that when you switch out from her, whichever character you switch to gains 48% attack for the next 10 seconds, which is a lot, especially when you're newer and you're just starting out. Every bit of attack damage that you get helps out so much. And obviously, by the way, this is at refinement 5. I think it's at like 40-ish or 30 something at refinement 1. So, you know, if you're starting out, this one is definitely your best shot. But once you get in later on, like I said, prototype amber, definitely the best shout. Then we go on to her artifacts, and this is going to be a little different from what you usually see. Usually you will see people saying get yourself a 4-piece Maiden's Beloved, and they're not beloved. They're not wrong. The Maiden's 4-piece Beloved is probably the best thing to go for, because as you can see, you get for the 2-piece you get character healing effectiveness plus 15%, which is great, and do more healing. And then the full piece allows it so when you use your elemental skill or elemental burst, the healing you get is increased by 20% for 10 seconds for every one of your party members. So when you use your E or your Q, you are basically getting even more healing. And Barbara's E and Q, her elemental skill and her elemental burst are both healing. So all your party members will be getting even more healing. So a 4-piece Maiden's Beloved is definitely on the table. I've switched it up though. This is something else that you can go for if you have the pieces, because I don't have a Maiden's Beloved 4-piece set just lying about, like a decent one, okay? And I didn't want to waste my, materials going into that. Obviously you can if you want to, but for me it just didn't make sense. So what I did is I switched it up and I paired it with a 2-piece Tenacity of the Millilith set, because the 2-piece Tenacity of the Millilith set increases HP by 20%. So as I keep saying again and again, her healing scales off her HP. So here we go, I got the 2-piece over here. As for the stats, obviously Flower is going to be HP and Feather is going to be attack, but you want a HP Sans, preferably a HP Goblet. And then for the headpiece, you can go with HP again if you really need to. Otherwise go for a healing bonus, because again, healing, that's all you really want to do with Barbara, nothing else really. What you mostly want is some energy recharge, some elemental mastery. Obviously for some of the pieces, for example the plume, I get the HP percentage in there. Crit rate, crit damage and attack percentage aren't necessarily as important. This time it's a lot more important to get the elemental mastery and the energy recharge so that you can get your abilities back up as quickly as possible, because healing is very important. And trust me, I suffered a lot before I got myself a Zhongli who can just tank everything. Before that, it was always having a Jean in my team, and before I got Jean, it was always having a Barbara in my team, because healing is the way to go. Bennett is great, but he doesn't heal all the way up. And even now, I keep finding myself going to these statues of the 7 because I need to go back up to max health. Back to the build. Yeah, so you can go 4-piece Maiden's Beloved, or you can switch it up. I haven't seen anyone use this because I haven't really seen anyone do a build on her since like the start of the game, so people haven't incorporated these new sets. So for me, like I said, you'll see later, this does just work. A 4-piece would probably work better. It's just for me right now, I don't have a good enough set to showcase that. Can't really say if this works better than the 4-piece Maidens or 4-piece Maidens works better than this. I would honestly just suggest though 4-piece Maidens if you can and if you want to. Also, I should probably start saying for people who are starting off in the game, people who don't have access to like Maiden's Beloved or Tenacity of the Millilith. So if you're still looking at those artifact sets which are like 3 pieces and stuff, I would suggest going for a 2-piece Traveling Doctor as well as a 2-piece Adventurous set, because Adventurous gives a HP increase of 1000. Okay, so early game, that's a lot. That is a lot, especially for your Barbara. And then the 2-piece Traveling Doctor increases your healing by 20%. Starting off, 2-piece Traveling Doctor, 2-piece Adventurous set. I just want to say that for the newer people, because I know a lot of people who have Barbara are using her like that are newer players. Okay, then going on to Constellations. Constellation 1, you get 1 energy every 10 seconds. Okay, cool. That's nothing that impressive, to be totally honest. Constellation 2 reduces the cooldown of her elemental skill. Constellations 3 and 5 are just the ones that increase the level of your talents. Constellation 4 again regenerates some energy, and Constellation 6 makes it so that when one of your party members dies, it can automatically revive them and put them back up to max health. But it can only happen once every 15 minutes. I actually have some footage of this. I didn't even know that this was a thing until just now, and now it makes sense as to why that character got revived, because yeah, I was so confused as to why that happened, but now that makes sense. So, and then last but not least, we have the talents. Forget the normal attack, pretend this doesn't even exist. You're not even trying to do actual damage with her, so this doesn't matter. What you want to care about is her elemental skill and of course her burst, because these two are the main ones and they are where you are going to be getting the most use out of her. And as you can see, every hit you get an amount of her max HP, and every time you use a charge attack it does 4 times that amount. To be specific, you get 1.28% the max health plus 147, or if you're using if you use her elemental skill and then you switch to a character, you'll get 6.8% of her max health with 783 additional health. Being on that only happens 3 times, so I've done the maths, which I'll go into later. Then for her elemental burst, you get 29.9% of her max HP with another 3,445, which for my Barbara is around about 10k, something like that. I could be wrong, but yeah, something around 10k or so HP that I get from her. Let's get into the showcase and see how she handles herself. Okay, let's go. Okay, so this is the first time I actually used her Barbara in quite a while. So as you can see, everyone is very low health. I used my ult and they all went instantly all the way back up. I was dumbfounded by this, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, this is when I knew she had potential. Okay, and also, yeah, I just wanted to show that even though she doesn't do damage, she's still really good for when you're trying to get rid of elemental things, especially elemental shields. So Pyro Aegis and Pyro Abyss Mages, their shields suckers when it comes to Barbara. Also, I decided here, let me just show you what kind of damage she does do. And yeah, as you can see, not a lot, but you know, that's not her point anyways. Okay, so here I decided, let me do something a little bit extreme, right? So I went through every single one of my characters and I had a look and I thought, what's the most amount of HP that I can get to? And so I came to this final team here, and it ended up being my 3 best characters anyways. You got Mr. Zhongli with 26,343 health, Mr. Diluc with 18,064 max health, and Zhao with 19,815 max health. And then Barbara, of course, herself, 21,365. So adding that all up, that leaves you with, I think, a grand total of 85,587, which is a lot of health. So what I decided, let's kill off all the characters. Let's kill them all off, right? And revive them with just 150 health each, using like the fried egg or whatever it is. I forget what it's called. And then we'll see exactly what kind of healing Barbara can actually do, because that's like the most extreme. So while we're waiting, real quick, just make sure you smash the thumbs up, because I'm not gonna lie, this video, yeah, this testing part especially, really long. I can't even bother to get into it, but let's just say trying to kill off all 3 characters and keeping 1 with low health is way more difficult than you'd ever think it was. So yeah, help me out, smash the thumbs up, subscribe as well if you want to. Yeah, helps me out. Alright, so I have got 569 health on Barbara and 150 health on all the other characters. Yeah, just look at the amount of healing this girl does. From virtually nothing on all of my characters, virtually nothing, to pretty much almost max health on everyone. And I done the maths. It was about 84,568 health that I needed to get like everyone maxed. And granted, not everyone is all the way up. Zhao was only like 400 HP off being maxed. Diluc was actually maxed. Barbara herself was, I'm pretty sure, maxed. And Zhongli, because he has like almost 30k health, was only about like 7k off max health. So yo, the numbers don't lie. Barbara is dumb at healing, man. What is this? Alright, so there we have it. That there was my Barbara build that hopefully you guys have now seen the potential that she has, especially for you new characters, you new players. If you're not using Barbara, definitely use her. Having a healer in the team helps so much, because yeah, otherwise you're going to be going back and forth between the statues of the 7 again and again and again. And if you build her right, as you've seen, she can literally heal like over 75,000 HP in total, and that's just, I don't know about you, but that's kind of OP. So if you might made it to the end, let me know down in the comments if this helped you out. Let me know if there's anything I should change, and if it helped you out, smash the thumbs up, subscribe, turn on the bell notification, do all of that good stuff. You know how it goes, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and peace.